Let's go to John on the line from Northampton.
Oh, good morning, Magic.
Welcome. Tell us what you think, John.
Well, I mean, it's unacceptable that we got doctors, nurses, and those in the medical profession dying on the front line for us. But we constantly hear about these people who've come here to help us. I think we need to remember that the people from Asian countries or other countries around the world, they come here for better prospects, better working conditions, better wages. They don't come here because they've had a calling from us or the NHS and, we need to go to the UK. I mean, many of these people will be at even higher risk back in their country of origin than they are here. And it's still unacceptable.
I don't get the point.
We should remember that.
John, I don't get the point you're making. How is that relevant to this conversation?
Well, I mean, I'm just hearing about... I sort of get the impression that we've got to praise these people for coming here.
Who are these people?
We're talking about a majority, a lot of Asian, African doctors and nurses and those in the medical profession. But they do come here for a reason other than just because we need them.
John, it sounds to me like you're begrudging having to thank these people.
No, not at all, Magic.
So why have you... But wait, let me ask you... Hold on, John, I'm not racist, my best friend's black, but let me just ask you a question, right? Seriously, jokes aside, why have you decided to call up a radio show to just make the point, why do we have to thank these people if they came here for their own selfish reasons? Why are you so motivated to call a radio show to make that point, that I don't really want to have to thank them because they came here for their own selfish reasons?
Not that at all.
Then what are you saying? Then please distill for me your main point. What is it?
Agree to disagree, mate.
No, I want to hear your point. What is it, John?
No, we'll just leave it like that.
No, I just want to understand what it is you're trying to say. What is it you're trying to say?
I'm just saying that we are thankful that these people are here, but it's not their reason for coming here.
So you are calling a radio show to say that you are calling a radio show to say thank you, but aren't you?
No, I am actually saying I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for all the doctors and nurses, no matter whether they're born in this country or born wherever they were born. Of course we're thankful for them.
Right, but you said but.
I constantly hear about that the NHS would fall apart if we didn't have all the migrants here working, and you're right, but it's not the reason they'd come here.
So, John, you can't see, there you go again. You're right, but you see, you just did it again, John.
Better prospects, better working conditions.
John, you just did it again. You said, you're right, but why are you so driven to explain to all the listeners, John, why are you so driven to explain?
Just making a point,
Magic. Let me get the question out to you. Why are you so driven to point out to the nation that any thanks for these people, in your words, must come with a caveat? Why does it bother you that much that you have to caveat? Well, I thank them, but they did come here for selfish reasons.
Wages and conditions were better in their country. They wouldn't come here.
Well, John, I don't want to really get into that with you because I can assure you there are many facts. I can assure you there are many facts there, including the fact that if you look at the Indian subcontinent, that it pretty much was pillaged through colonialism, and all the wealth was brought here, and it still sits in the British Museum. You can include all the African countries for that as well. If you look to the Commonwealth, that's pretty much what happened. But I don't want to get into that because it's a distraction from the topic. I'm really curious as to why you felt so motivated to call a radio show and say, thank you, but you came here for your own reasons.
All I'm saying, Magic, is that it's a case of the people come here for a better life, better condition, better prospects. And I could understand that.
And if somebody saves your life, John, John, forgive me. How old are you? Or just
I'm 74.
Right, so you're in a vulnerable group. If you've, God forbid, and I do not wish this on even my worst enemies, and you're not my worst enemy, but if you contracted COVID-19, right, and I do not wish this on you, but if that happened hypothetically, and a migrant NHS staff worker saved your life, as they did the Prime Minister's, would you say thank you, but just remember you came here for your own selfish reasons? Is that the kind of thing?
It's not selfish reasons. Why is it? Why is it?
Is that how you would thank them, John?
Don't put words in my mouth.
No, would you stand up and say thank you, but remember you came here for money? Is that how you'd speak to them?
I was a migrant once to Australia.
No, John, I've asked you a question. Can you answer it, please?
Well, of course I'd be thankful.
No, but would you say but? Would you say thank you, but you came here, remember you came here to make your life better, not mine?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. I'm just pointing out to you.
Why? What has it got to do? Why is this thanks so begrudging coming from you? What is the? What?
No, I don't begrudge at all.
It feels like you've had to really struggle hard to utter the word thank you.
We constantly hear about the reasons for why people have come to this country, as if they've come here for us. So people don't do that. They have come here for a better life, better prospects, better working conditions, and why not? Yeah. Why wouldn't they do that? But let's just realise that that's the situation.
Well, you're 74 years old. That means your father was well and truly alive when this country went to all of those countries, John. Why did that happen?
Went to all those countries. Well, I mean, he had to go to Africa and those countries during the war, yes.
No, I mean for colonialisation. Why did that happen then?
Oh, you see, now, you know, this is... now you're turning the tape... No,
I'm not. I mean, you said they came here to make a better life. I'm saying it's a bit more complicated than that. John, it's just a bit more complicated than saying they came here to make a better life. Remember, you're talking to somebody whose grandfather came here, which is why I'm pushing back here and saying to you, it's a bit more complicated. My grandfather came here, he was serving in the British Navy, right, John? So you can't just say they came here. Do you know how many people from the Commonwealth died in World War II fighting for Britain?
You're just putting words into my mouth.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
anyway, John, we're way over time.
To make me out to be a racist. All I've done is point out something.
John,
why these people come here, and not for the reasons that you would probably think they've come here for.
Right. So, John, thank you very much. Goodbye. Imagine the Prime Minister saying, and I want to thank Jenny from New Zealand. But just remember, Jenny, you came here for your own reasons, not to save my life. What kind of horrible Scrooge-based thanks is that? I don't want to thank Lewis from Portugal, but remember, Portugal, it's not too good in Portugal, is it? The economy nearly failed a few years back, and you know, there was a lot of crime, and so, yeah, just be thankful you're here, Lewis, but thank you for saving my life anyway. But just remember, you came here to make your life better, not mine. Thank you, but.